welcome my two-town family, everyone here. How's everybody this afternoon?
Good.
Alright?
Yeah.
Okay guys. We're still waiting that Gaps hasn't arrived yet. I think Gaps is going to do this for a good friend, cardboard. So I'll just rattle on a little bit before we get to the unveiling, as I normally do. Someone coming out the window there. First of all, obviously this is the 10th plaque. I want to thank Unveiled Construction for allowing us to do this. I don't know if you just want to say a couple of words about what's going to happen here in the future. It might be so people will know.
Yeah, when we acquired the pub, I don't know whether just in case everybody's saying what a shame it's no longer a pub. When Plaque Tavern sold it, there was a restricted covenant to stop it from being used as a pub. But it can be used as a restaurant and bar as long as it's still there. So it's been officially part of the more general regeneration of Coventry Street, which probably, if any of you are local, have seen things happening. This happens to be the first major project to have been completed on the street. It is all occupied above. It is actually occupied by Coventry University on the upper floors, and we've just agreed, had some terms with a restaurant operator who's going to operate this as a bar and restaurant, which we're hoping they'll be starting their fit out in early January and hoping to be open trading by Easter. So that's a bit of the history. Obviously, an awful lot going on in the street. The key building, although it's not listed, it is obviously pretty much a landmark building.
What about the things that I've heard that there's going to be some sort of almost like a Camden Market type thing going on at the back here?
Well, that's really sort of further up the street. The idea, the whole of Far Gosford Street has been designated as Coventry's Creative Quarter, and there's a lot of work going on with various art groups in the widest sense of the word, both music, physical art, performing art. We're looking for people to take space in what will hopefully be, if any of you have ever been down to Camden in London, Camden Market, Brick Lane, that type of thing, a much smaller version, but Coventry has got quite a big and strong creative, but it's not sort of well publicised, there's no sort of centre for it, and the hope is that up the road here, Advantage West Midlands have bought the former industrial estate, which is up on the right hand side, and there are plans to turn that into a Camden style creative village, where we're hoping to attract people, designer makers, people who make their own jewellery, make their own t-shirts, design and print, and not only that, we're looking to involve Coventry University. What Coventry hasn't got is very good student retention in the city. It's quite poor compared with other major cities, particularly like Sheffield. People go to Sheffield, they get to stay there. What we want is people who come into Coventry, see it as a great place to be, to stay and do business, particularly those creative elements of our society. So we're very much sort of working with Advantage West Midlands and the City Council, a three-way partnership to try and make all that happen.
Oh, so exciting times ahead then.
Well, we hope so. We hope so.
Brian Harrowby, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, getting back to the history of this place. Whoop. As far as Penthrone's concerned, as far as the specials are concerned, right, well, the Hand and Heart pub played host to the emerging Coventry punk scene, as it says here. You can't read it at the moment, it's coming up in the late 70s. Reggae band Hard Top 22, and I think anybody who knows their two-tone history will know that pretty much most of the selector came from Hard Top 22, which is a nice link in with Gaps when he arrives. They played here on February the 23rd, 1978, a band called the Coventry Automatics. Played at this very venue. Friday the 1st of December they returned as the Specials. That was 1978. Where's my friend Cardboard? Come here a minute, mate. The legend, that is Cardboard. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the man. Now you've got strong links in this place, haven't you?
Yeah.
You were a DJ and a promoter here, right?
Probably the first DJ here.
Right.
Promoted here, we did early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, and then we came back in the 90s. We did for about 95 through to about, I don't know, 2002, 2003. And people who've played in there.
You were telling me earlier on, list a few of those names, because it's quite amazing when you hear the names.
Yeah, we've had,
Little old Hand and Heart.
Yeah, we've had Glenn Matlock play here. We had a little secret gig here. We had Steve Jones and Paul Cook came and did a little warm-up thing before the very first Luca tour.
We had a Reform Festival.
With Brian James has come here quite a few times. Lords of New Church. UK Club many times. And all the punk greats, you know, Vibrators, Temple Shooter, reggae acts like the Totals.
What do you most remember about this place? Is there anything that really stands out one night when you were DJing and something kicked off or something exciting happened?
Yeah, but that's kicked off. I remember Gil from God's Toys. Before God's Toys started, he had this habit of skipping round and round, and it ended up, everyone was skipping round and round and went all the way down to the bottom of the road and back up again, you know. He's alright, Gil, but a bit strange at the time.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
And a musician. But,
of course, because God Toys played here quite a lot. That's where they got, you know, they got established in here.
And what about, do you remember any of the automatics?
Yeah. Well, they played here, you know, originally as just the automatic. The Coventry thing only came about because there was a band in London called the Automatics. It was to be a court case. So they put the Coventry on and then soon dropped it. You know, jaywalkers, etc. Yeah, but I remember Hard Top playing here, you know, as well. Here ran the red line, is it a red cab? Red coat.
Oh, right.
Telephone road, yeah.
Red House,
yeah. But they played between the two. I think it was a Monday night here and a Thursday night there.
Oh, excellent. Right, okay, well, Guts doesn't look like he's going to make it. Would you want to hang on a little minute? Do you want to give him a few minutes, guys? Is that alright? I know it's a bit cold. I mean, that day when you had to go and get, well, have your photo taken, pose for that cover.
Well, it was done on the 2nd of January, and I didn't know anything about it until about midnight on New Year's Day. I staggered in absolutely blindfolded, and Neil sat at the table because we needed to take this artwork down to Christmas in the morning. So I dragged myself out of bed about 6 o'clock to get the 27 train. Got the cab to Chris's office. And we went to Studio B down in Covent Garden. Now we had 2 models there to do the job. And when I arrived, I got the artwork out, showed them, and then I showed them the pose we wanted. And then I spent the next 10 hours trying to get these 2 guys to get the pose. And in the end, the picture which we did was a test shot when we first arrived producing the album.
And that's how it often happens.
Yeah. So I could have just done that.
Yeah, get it done, and that would have been the end.
There's a digital thing, we could have just, you know.
Well, yeah, nowadays it wouldn't have made much
And it
difference.
was the end of it is a metal tripod. It was leaning on the metal tripod, it was airbrushed down. My hair wasn't so thick, and it was parting, it was airbrushed in after.
Oh, they did all that stuff too.
Yeah.
And did you ever get much repercussion from that after it happened? How did people, I don't suppose people wouldn't necessarily have recognised you from the photograph, but they knew who you were and what you did.
Yeah, I mean, I got, I lost the name Steve for about 3 years. No one would ever call me, you know, by my own name. I went to Leeds with 2 girls in a record shop, arguing who was going to have the cardboard cutout after the displays finished. And I walked in, signed it, got out, and they were screaming mad, and it got ripped in half. One was under the other, the other was about to start, it got ripped in half. It was quite amusing.
And that's where the name came